You want to know the meaning of life? Whatever. How about something really important? What's on TV tonight? Two dopers who find the ultimate buzzkill. A couple who like it raw when it comes to snails. Then there's the one about the farmer's daughter. And the guy who went out of his way to meet women. We've got a magician who runs out of magic. And a Civil War story that'll have you whistling Dixie. Want to know what's on TV tonight? 1,000 Ways to Die.
Warning. The deaths portrayed in this show are real and extremely graphic. Names have been changed to protect the identities of the deceased. Do not attempt to try any of the actions depicted. You will die.
Death is everywhere. Most of us try to avoid it. Others can't get out of its way. Every day we fight a new war against germs, toxins, injury, illness, and catastrophe. There's a lot of ways to wind up dead. The fact that we survive it all is a miracle. Because every day we live, we face 1,000 ways to die. Did you hear the one about the farmer's daughter? You never heard this one. Meet Farmer John. He's mean, dumb, and ugly. This is his daughter, Daisy. She's sweet and smoking hot. And this is Chester, the hired hand. He's looking to get a leg up on Daisy. If Farmer John knew anything at all, it was animal husbandry. All he wanted was to keep the animals from husbanding his daughter. But when he heard a ruckus from behind the hay bales, he knew his Daisy was about to get planted.
Oh, yeah, Daisy. Oh, Daisy. Oh, yeah, Daisy. Oh, Daisy. Hey! Oh, no!
The chase was on. Chester was about to go from stud to gelding. Daisy was sad because she lost her mount.
Oh, no!
It's entirely possible that he died from crush injuries suffered from the sheer weight of the manure. The methane gas that's produced from the manure in the truck could have displaced the oxygen that he would have normally needed to breathe in and whatnot.
Chester paid the ultimate price for trying to fertilize Daisy.
Why does this always happen to me?
Poor Daisy. All she really wanted was a stable relationship. We've all been out on bad dates, but Monica and Hans are at death's door because of the date from hell. And it all started in the kitchen.
Hey, how are you? Good, how are you?
Fantastic. All Hans wanted was to get in Monica's pants. If he could impress her with his culinary skills, he'd be home free. Though he couldn't boil water, he had a plan. All he needed was a bag of ready-made salad mix and a surprise ingredient.
Just trust me, yes, there's snails, or as the French say, escargot.
Monica had put a lot of raw things in her mouth, but snails? But since Hans acted like he was the Iron Chef, she was impressed, or dumb enough to trust him.
Okay, ready? 1, 2,
3. Cheers. It's not bad.
When Hans and Monica ate live snails, parasites, called Cantonese bloodworms, entered their circulation and settled in their brains. There the worms began to make a meal of their brain matter.
In terms of your brain, you have many defenses to keep out things like bacteria and viruses or any other worms that might try and crawl up there. This is one that the body's not used to dealing with, and so it seems to be able to access the brain relatively easily.
A week after their snail sushi, Hans and Monica developed crippling headaches and severe nausea. They checked into a hospital, and now they were teetering on the brink of sanity and death.
Oh, by the way, I'm gay. Pretty much the only reason I even hooked up with you is because you got the chest of a 12-year-old boy.
I hate you.
I hate you.
It was too late for Monica to grasp that she was dying for trusting a wannabe metrosexual. And all she had done was eat his salad. When we return, the trick to this trick is you only get to do it once.
Joint.
And there's a reason they call dope, dope. You dope.
I'm ready.
Would you stand on a stage ready to catch a bullet in your teeth, fired by your angry ex-girlfriend? Meet the great Dolphino. Dolph Scott was a no-talent hack who put audiences to sleep in backwater towns all across the country.
The lives.
He had a fling with his ta-da girl, Mandalee.
Would you give me the bullet?
But she grew tired of this bumbling trickster. After this performance, Mandalee had a one-way ticket back to Vegas.
Thank you.
That's why when he was about to perform the infamous bullet catch trick, the stage was set with hidden drama.
Thank you. And now, ladies and gentlemen, for my final trick, I give you the bullet catch. The gun.
The bullet catch is probably one of the most deadly effects in magic, and I would never perform it.
The bullet catch was a dangerous stunt. A lot could go wrong. Hidden from the audience, Dolphino places a real bullet in his mouth. Mandalee takes a pistol loaded with blanks and puts it on display.
Nuku nuku.
Dolphino mumbles some gibberish, taps his wand. Mandalee fires, and Dolphino produces a fake bullet.
Mandalee, I am ready.
Mandalee took dead aim, pointing a gun at the one person she detested over all others. Dolphino dropped to the floor as dead as his act. But Mandalee wasn't guilty of murder, just wishful thinking. When Dolphino tapped the gun, the tip of his wand dropped unseen down into the barrel. Mandalee pulled the trigger, and the explosive force produced by the blank was enough to send the tip hurtling into his neck, severing his jugular vein. It all went horribly wrong, but his final trick produced some real magic. The entire audience was awake and applauding the late, great Dolphino. On February 8th, 2002, investigators found two young men lying dead with a video camera close by. The confiscated tape reveals a very stupid and avoidable death.
Yeah, we have papers, we have lighters, we have pipes, we don't have weed. No weed. Thing is, it looks dry.
The two men were desperate stoners who had run out of their precious marijuana.
Man, I'll suck some for some weed right now, man.
As the tape shows, they set out to sample anything they thought could provide a buzz.
A little bit of this one. We got some mustard plants here. I don't know if I'm high or just feel really stupid right now.
I think this situation is almost the most classic example of social Darwinism.
The two potheads were so desperate, they actually tried smoking horse droppings.
You try out different plants and you see how you react to them. And if it's safe, you eat more of them. If it's not safe, you leave them alone.
Finally, as the tape shows, the young dopers made a discovery.
I'll be damned if we don't get high off this.
An unknown green plant they were certain would get them high.
Fat joint. That's the taste of glory right there.
This is the kind of behavior that we have exhibited for many, many centuries. But this is not appropriate now anymore. We don't live in nature anymore. We live in cities.
Bros, if I think something's wrong.
The misguided youths didn't realize that they had just smoked the leaves of poison sumac, the most toxic plant species in the United States. It caused their lung cavities to swell up and fill with liquid, a reaction known as pulmonary edema.
Edema is swelling, pulmonary is lungs. The lungs are made up of air sacs. If you fill those air sacs with fluid, air can't get into the air sac, and therefore gases can't be exchanged across the membrane of that air sac.
Desperate to get high, these two stoners made some very stupid decisions. That's why they call it dope. Coming up, one day the South will rise again. Just not on this show. And is that a sausage in your pants? Or are you just happy to be watching 1,000 Ways to Die?
Way down south in the land of cotton.
The Civil War had been over for 2 years, but somehow this ragtag group of rebel soldiers never got the message.
Way down south in Dixie.
But Private Willie Holmes got sick of the delusion that Johnny would someday come marching home in victory. Caught trying to sneak away, Willie was branded a deserter and sentenced to death by firing squad. Having battled side by side with him since the beginning of the war, his buddies were now faced with the unpleasant duty of whacking their beloved Willie.
Present home.
Their hard-ass colonel wasn't about to let Willie off the hook.
Order. Home.
The only medal Willie was going to get were 4 lead slugs in the chest.
Ready. Aim. Fire.
But a funny thing happened on the way to Willie's execution. Everyone fired. And everyone missed.
Not a mark on him.
And even funnier,
He's dead. Something is definitely not right here.
The Civil War soldier clearly thought he was going to be shot, and I think that was a tremendous expectation for that one auditory stimulus. Crack goes the shot, pain and death.
adrenaline levels secreted from Willie's nervous system spiked off the charts as he imagined the bullets riddling his body. It was like a lightning bolt to his heart.
Just ain't right.
He suffered a massive coronary and died without a scratch.
Let's get a burial detail out here. Save his shoes.
Away, away.
someday the South may rise again. But you can be sure Willie never will.
Way down south in Dixie.
Disco Donnie Del Noche is obsessed with size. He spent his whole life being laughed at by men in the locker room and by women in the bedroom. Tonight he's fighting back. His choice of weapon? A 12-inch kielbasa.
I think the kind of guy that does that is someone who feels unbelievably unsure of themselves and really, really insecure.
He gets his meat missile in place, ties it down with some surgical tubing, and off he goes, ready to hit the club with his club. It's like he always dreamed it would be. All eyes are drawn to Donnie's overstuffed crotch. For 4 long, really long hours, Donnie is the man. One by one, the girls take turns paying tribute to Donnie's salami. There's enough for everyone. Well, almost.
Instead of him saying, here's who I really am as a man, he's creating this fake penis and wanting to get attention by how big it is. If a woman is attracted to that, hypothetically, he's going to take her home and show her his sausage.
Suddenly, at the height of his triumph, something's wrong. It's like 1,000 scalpels are stabbing at his chest. His boogie night starts to blur.
There's no way that you can tourniquet off any limb of your body for hours without having horrible consequences.
He drops to the dance floor. Disco Donnie is dead.
You get a clot in the leg because you've got this rubber hose tied to your leg, so that leg is not getting any circulation. That clot slowly makes its way up into the heart, makes its way into the lung, gets lodged into the lung. You end up dying of a massive pulmonary embolism because the blood can't get to the lung where it's supposed to.
For Donnie, size mattered, a little too much. But for one night, this tiny, tiny man had something special between his legs. Something to die for. Boats belong in the water. Bad things happen when they break that rule. Very bad. See what happens next on 1,000 Ways to Die. At speeds in excess of 150 miles an hour, with no brakes and no parachute, drag boat racing is one of the most dangerous sports in the world. Veteran racer Sonny Moon is about to find out how dangerous.
My boat is what they call a hydroplane, about 19 feet. It had a 557 cubic inch engine, a little over 1,000 horsepower. It's riding on a cushion of air.
In the red boat on the left, Sonny takes off at the Nationals race at Firebird Lake, Arizona. As his opponent takes the lead, Sonny punches the throttle.
Just feeling good, you know, had a good run. I clocked 155, but when I let off the accelerator, it kept going.
Sonny's throttle is stuck in the worst place possible, wide open.
Well, I tried the emergency switch. I tried the carburetors to cut those off. Neither of them worked. I tried to turn it, which was ridiculous. It scared me.
Headed towards certain death if the boat hits shore, Sonny makes a daring decision to ditch the boat.
I stood up trying to get out and couldn't get out. So I clawed my side to side. I threw myself back toward the engine and rolled off to the right side. I thought I was a goner.
Hitting the water at 150 miles an hour, Sonny was instantly knocked unconscious. His boat launched 50 feet into the air into a 75,000-volt power line.
Had I not been able to get out of the boat, I would have been going up in the boat, hit with the highline wire. I'd have been electrocuted.
It's original.